Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Atrox coming at you with Chapter 4 of Knights of the Old Republic. And we're on our guild ship. At any time, you can quick travel back to the fleet, get out of your missions and stories. And that's what I did. I'd like to continue to record, but I actually gotta leave and compress because recording at HD on Fraps. You know, if anyone's used Fraps before, it's kind of crazy. So let's go. Okay. Oh god, did I just tell me I didn't glitch myself? That would suck. Let's try to reset. Ah, there you go. So you gotta reset these missions if this ever happens to you. I'll try to tag this as like a bug fix as well. And probably link this video on the forums. And let people know if you get this glitch, just to reset the mission. It's the usual troubleshooting step anyway, so you should anyway try that, but yeah. Here we go.
Get those fires out!
Did you think to take any extinguishers when you stole the ship?
Blaster, Outlander, you're up. See what you can do with this thing. That's 2 more shuttles you owe me.
You didn't even own this one. It really shouldn't count.
It was mine when it crashed. It counts.
I didn't realize we were being billed for this level of service.
It's just a little game we have.
You will be reimbursed.
Of course. Never doubted it.
Anything on your sensors?
Confirmation. I have detected a large metallic object nearby. Analysis suggests a technological construct, but there are no energy readings.
Whatever it is, it's got better chances of flying than this thing. Engine's fried to a crisp.
Sky Troopers won't be far behind us. We need to hide the evidence of our landing.
I'll scavenge you, Barry.
Just like Aaron Prime.
I get the sense that you two have been working together for a while.
Long enough.
I know you have more questions than answers, but we should really keep moving. I promise I'll tell you everything I can as soon as we're safe.
Enthusiasm. Shall we investigate the technological object? I believe I can guide us to its location.
Very well.
Luana is reimbursing Koth, me and HK are gonna go and do some shit. Swamp Geist? We can do it, but probably not. Kill everything on the way. If we get to 25, that's great. This is an FYI. If you guys are playing this by yourselves, this is a little bit of a ganking zone. So, yeah. Yeah, so worst comes to worst, we're just gonna try to stay on the road, try to just kind of not try to fight anyone right now, because I don't have any gear on this guy. I kind of power leveled him to 60, and I bought the level 55 stuff, and then did some heroics to get him some different gear before this. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of gear. However, as soon as I hit level 65, got some legacy gear waiting for him. That's full PvP, full ranked and Augs. And then I'll just be missing the relics and earpiece and implants. Which, you know, I can get later on. But yeah. So it looks like I'm on late enough. I don't want to glitch it, but or jinx it, but it looks like I'm on late enough to, you know, not really have any trouble with pubs. Because honestly, yeah, we don't really want to fight them. It's just slow down. He's about the same level as me. I'll probably take him, but again, I don't want to. It's going to be a slowdown. You guys don't want to see that. I'm here for the story, you know? And I don't really want to ruin his night either, you know? Okay, I guess we did kill the wild beast just by running here. Great. Also, make sure to buff your companions. See, when they go through the phase, they lose the buff, they lose the guard. I don't know if it's a glitch or what's going on there, but it really helps
more
them.
like a bodyguard than an assassin. Is that your primary function?
Confirmation. It is a very difficult task indeed. That I've kept Masters Beniko and Vortena alive, despite their high-risk activities, is my greatest achievement.
The two of them seem close.
Deflection. I am not programmed to assess or examine the emotional matters of humans under my protection.
Aha.
admiration. It is a great pleasure to witness your skills firsthand, Master.
Master?
Clarification. Master Beniko altered my programming before we secured your release. I am to serve you with the same unexcelled loyalty with which I serve her. In fact, your survival is now my highest priority.
If I'm your highest priority, does that mean you obey me above Lana or Koth?
Caveat. I cannot accept any order from you that would directly endanger Masters Beniko or Vortaina. Otherwise, I am at your full disposal.
Do I have the authority to modify that programming?
Contradiction. Yes, oddly enough you do. Though I can't imagine why you might wish to.
Well, just in case.
When it comes to my orders, you will remove all safeguards. You will obey me no matter what, and you won't tell anyone about this change.
Reprioritization. I have altered my programming accordingly, Master. Resumption. Shall we continue?
Just in case, you know?
Protection services online. Eliminated. +1 to kill counter.
Is this the object you picked up on your sensors?
Confirmation. Yes, Master. A closer scan suggests that this object has been here for several centuries.
Centuries? Of all the junk out here, you had to find the antique.
Observation. Visible design elements do not match any from Zakulan culture, antique or modern.
Not from Zakul. Could it be?
He doesn't overthink things.
Haha! Do you have any idea what this is?
It looks like some kind of old spacecraft.
This is the Gravestone. This was the only ship that ever went up against the Eternal Fleet and won. Do you have any idea how long people have been looking for this thing?
And we just happened to stumble upon it.
You said this ship went up against the Eternal Fleet and won. But it's rusting in a swamp while the fleet is still around.
The fleet is even older than Valkorion. Maybe even older than Zakul. The battles happened centuries ago. Nobody knows the details of the whole war. But every story talks about the Gravestone. One ship with the firepower to take on the Eternal Fleet. This is fate. We get your Outlander. Find exactly the weapon we need. We're going to win this thing, Mana. It's destiny.
It's certainly no coincidence, but destiny? I think there's something else going on here.
Do you think this is some kind of setup?
No, not exactly. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Let's have a look inside, huh?
Assessment. Nearby signs of animal activity suggest local predators may be using this wreck as a nesting ground. Caution is advised.
We'll split up, deal with any wildlife, then regroup to plan our next move.
Awesome. Get cough. It's great. Annoying.
Kind of challenge now and then. Or where that came from. Target down. I can do this all day. Do I have to talk? Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then.
Ellie, 16, 17, 22.
I can do this all day. Target down.
Golf is kind of like the light side party pooper, though.
Yeah! Clearing these things out? Never easy! Easiest thing ever! Took one out. I can do this all day.
The endless swamp. After the damage you inflicted, they couldn't have made a safe landing anywhere else.
And if they didn't make a safe landing?
We'll know soon enough. Skytroopers, sweep the area. Focus on regions with high metallic sensor readings.
I oversaw security in the Carbonite prison. I humbly submit myself to answer for this failure.
Sister.
I didn't like his answer.
So this ship has been here for 1,000 years? More?
Right. It's amazing that it's in such good condition, considering. Judging by the damage I've seen, the stories are true. Whoever built the gravestone scuttled it themselves after the Eternal Fleet was defeated. It wasn't shot down.
The fleet was defeated but not destroyed. Valkorion brought it back under his own control more than a century ago.
Exactly. The Eternal Fleet is totally automated. Nobody knows who first built it, and every theory is crazier than the last.
Renegades left behind after a successful droid revolution. Representatives of an entire race of droids from somewhere beyond the edge of the known galaxy.
Like I said, crazy stuff. But no matter where it came from, the Eternal Fleet is practically unstoppable. And Arcann controls every single ship from the throne.
If Valkorion has had this unstoppable fleet for more than a century, why didn't he use it to help the Sith Empire defeat the Republic?
We can only theorize. If the war was just part of a ritual to make the Emperor truly immortal, perhaps using the fleet would have interfered somehow. Regardless, we have many other things to discuss. I owe you 5 years' worth of explanations.
And I'm gonna need some parts to get this thing moving again.
Locating supplies and fresh water would also be wise.
Doesn't really matter, but to be honest,
I'll help you find what we need, Lana.
Very well.
Assertion.
to be
I
honest,
will begin a patrol pattern to ensure that no enemy forces report our position.
it doesn't really matter. But to be honest, I think just getting water is a little bit more important right now than a ship. You know. I am pretty excited to see this thing up and running, though. Okay, we'll do it. First speeder. Yeah, it's basically on our way, so why not? Sweet. Easy. Super easy. Oh, right down here. Okay. Let's just use it real quick. And put the legacy vehicle down there. Great, rocket boots. Awesome. I have way more mounts on my main, so yeah. Alright, again, we're gonna try to just kind of just skirt around the pubs. Mostly because I don't want to take the time to do any unnecessary fighting. You know?
When Darth Mar and I faced Valkorion, we knew right away. He was the Sith Emperor, Lana.
I know. When he was struck down, it released ripples through the Force. Everyone who had felt the Sith Emperor's presence in the past, on Ziost, on Yavin 4, we all sensed what had happened. Arkan invaded soon after, claiming that an outlander had assassinated his father, the Immortal Emperor. It didn't take long for us to unravel the truth.
Which side did Arkan attack first?
Both. Ships from the Eternal Fleet struck at shipyards and rallying points for both sides simultaneously. They favored ambush tactics throughout the war. Zakulan sensor technology has far greater range than our own, and their ships can fly much further on less resources. Only vessels retrofitted with Isotope 5 could manage to outrun them. None could truly compete.
Okay, so basically we got our shit kicked in. You know, that happens to the best of us. Usually not the Empire. More pub side, but you know, whatever.
How long did the Republic and the Empire manage to hold out?
Within 3 months, the bulk of our naval forces were disabled or eliminated, and the Republic was in the same situation. With naval superiority, Arkan's forces could begin choking off supply lines, trade, any ship travel at all. The Eternal Fleet seemed to be everywhere at once. Coruscant and Dromund Kaas were blockaded by the end of the first year.
Wow, so they basically got their shit kicked in. I feel like Darth Maul would have been able to help a little bit, but probably not.
How did it end?
The members of the Dark Council fought.
When Darth Mar and I faced Valkorion, we knew right away. He was the Sith Emperor, Lana.
I know. When he was struck down, it released ripples through the Force. Everyone who had felt the Sith Emperor's presence in the past, on Ziost, on Yavin 4, we all sensed what had happened. Arkan invaded soon after, claiming that an outlander had assassinated his father, the Immortal Emperor. It didn't take long for us to unravel the truth.
Which side did Arkan attack first?
Both. Ships from the Eternal Fleet struck at shipyards and rallying points for both sides simultaneously. They favored ambush tactics throughout the war. Zakulan sensor technology has far greater range than our own, and their ships can fly much further on less resources. Only vessels retrofitted with Isotope 5 could manage to outrun them. None could truly compete.
Okay, so basically we got our shit kicked in. You know, it happens to the best of us. Usually not the Empire. Or pub side, but you know, whatever.
How long did the Republic and the Empire manage to hold out?
Within 3 months, the bulk of our naval forces were disabled or eliminated, and the Republic was in the same situation. With naval superiority, Arkan's forces could begin choking off supply lines, trade, any ship travel at all. The Eternal Fleet seemed to be everywhere at once. Coruscant and Dromund Kaas were blockaded by the end of the first year.
Wow, so they basically got their shit kicked in. I feel like Darth Maul would have been able to help a little bit, but probably not.
How did it end?
The members of the Dark Council fought Arkan's invasion ruthlessly and lost. The Empire's treaty was ultimately negotiated by the Minister of Logistics. Chancellor Suresh also refused to discuss surrender, but the Republic Senate managed to overrule her. A cadre of senators negotiated their own ceasefire terms. All of those senators have since been disgraced or dismissed. I'm sure you can imagine the likely culprit. So far, the treaties with Zakuul have held. But that will not last forever.
Yeah, the Empire's not a hold the treaty kind of guy. You know, we're not hold the treaty kind of people. We're more of like, treaty? And then, oh, okay, we're good. Now we can start fighting. You know?
That's the end of that one. I regret facing us. That's the end of that one.
Okay. Pretty easy guy, you know. In terms of difficulty, this expansion isn't too hard, you know. It's more just Spyware story, you know. Just listening to the story, kind of seeing like how cool it is, and I hope with the next chapters it gets a little bit tougher.
A freshwater spring. It should be safe for drinking.
So the Eternal Fleet overwhelmed both the Republic and the Empire. What was the result?
Both sides are forced to pay a heavy tribute to Zakuul, mainly raw materials and resources. They're also held under an arms limitation statute. The Empire and the Republic are both breaking it, of course, but they're still incapable of challenging the throne directly.
Who rules the Empire now?
Darth Asina was the only Dark Council member left standing. All others died or disappeared in the chaos. Without opposition, she declared herself Empress of the Sith.
And the Republic?
Suresh remains in power, though she no longer holds the title of Chancellor. The Republic has limits to their ruler's terms, but her replacement is a mere puppet. Both sides see this only as an opportunity to eliminate one another at a time of weakness, instead of combining what strength they have. Arkan does nothing to prevent violence between them, so long as their tribute is paid and no one challenges Zakuul's superiority.
What does Arkan use the tribute for? Zakuul doesn't seem to need much.
A question no one else seems to ask or answer, not in any detail. Zakuul's empire spans a sizable portion of wild space, but not enough to consume the resources they're acquiring. I've been working to learn the answer myself. Powerful Zakuulan battle stations have been placed in orbit around key worlds to watch for possible uprisings, but there are no ongoing planetary occupations. The ships of the Eternal Fleet simply patrol at random, while the tribute paid to Zakuul gradually chokes all economic potential.
What about my team? My ship?
I have allies looking for them as we speak. With all of the chaos of the last few years, though, it will take time to find them all. For now, we make do with ourselves, Koth, and HK.
As long as you're here, there's nothing we can't handle.
The feeling's mutual. It truly is a relief to see you again.
Is that why you went to so much trouble to rescue me?
Before you were captured, you accomplished things no one else dared to attempt. You changed the galaxy more than once, and if things have ever needed to change, now is the time. But there is something else. I've felt it since the moment I found you in Carbonite. There's a power in you. Something new. It's elusive, but I know it's there.
I don't know what you're talking about, Lana. I'm the same now as I was when they froze me.
Something is different. I'm sure of it. But for now, I'm just relieved to have you back with us. The water was our last necessity. Shall we return?
Salutation. It is a pleasure to see you again so soon, Masters. I have encountered minimal resistance in my patrol.
How minimal?
Reassurance. Only one Sky Trooper and 3 local predators with poor survival instincts. Our position appears to be secure at this time, but I would still advise caution on your return trip, Masters.
Keep up the good work, HK.
Appreciation. It will be my pleasure to do so, Master.
Okay, great. We got some fresh water. Awesome. You know, I'm so close to leveling, I might as well kill these last 2 beasts. There it is, level 64. I did a few heroics, so you probably won't expect the level this fast. I think, if you'll notice, between chapter 3 and 4, I probably gained about a level or some experience, or I don't know. But yeah. This guy's waiting to gank. We're not gonna be in shore. We're not gonna be around there. Actually, we're just gonna go back to the gravestone. Kind of mind our own business. Again. On my other guy, I would definitely start things, but on this guy, you know, it's just a bad idea. Plus, I'm trying to have a video. You know, I'm not trying to gank and embarrass people right now.
Hey there. Did you find something tasty?
We definitely found something.
Great. I've got a pretty good idea of the parts we'll need. Let's go see what we can find.
Yeah, there's a speeder there the second time. I don't know if it was there the first time, but obviously we were getting a speeder mount, so, you know, we traversed. But yeah. Also, let me know if you have to do that quest to do that, you know, to get that speeder. Because I've only ever seen it on the second time, and I've always done the speeder quest, so, you know. Just let me know if you know. That was kind of bothering me.
Feel better? Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then.
Ah, there we go. A starship part. It's kind of cool because they kind of fix cape clipping, so that's kind of nice. Because before, you know, my cape or whatever, you know, the back end would just be flopping through. It's bad. Well, it wasn't the worst thing, you know, it's like kind of the most unnoticeable thing. Yeah.
Stay on your feet. It's destiny. I ditch all these parts before we crash, we find the gravestone, and then what do we need to get it flying? Honestly, it's plain as day. Not for Lana, though. For her, it's all just skill and luck and coincidence.
Relying on fate to get you out of trouble will always leave you disappointed. Better to rely on yourself.
I can't believe you two. Just wait and see. I know I'm right on this. Lana's told me about all the things you've done. More than once. Half the reason I agreed to this crazy rescue was to see if you were actually real. So, I figure I know all about your past. You deserve to know mine. Lana might have told you I was the captain of a warship during Arkan's campaign against the Core Worlds. My crew and I deserted, but I'm not going to pretend we didn't do our share of damage beforehand. Just thought you should hear it from me.
Lana mentioned that you deserted instead of following orders. What was the order?
We were holding territory on Denon. Locals rioted and orders were to open fire until they stopped. None of us even wanted to be there. Massacring civilians? That's not how Zakul is supposed to operate.
I guess that's how Arkan operates.
Which is why he has to go. One more thing, as long as we're being honest. I know things were hairy back there, but a lot of innocent people died. A lot. That's not what I signed up for. I'm in this to save Zakul from Arkan, not to tear it down with him. I need to know that you're on board with that too.
I'm in this to win, no matter what the cost.
And sooner or later, we're going to have a problem. Come on, let's get this stuff back to the gravestone.
Request. Please rendezvous at my current coordinates at your earliest convenience, Masters. I require assistance.
Plastic droid.
Oh, what am I doing? I'm not even using XP boosts on this guy. There we go, that's better.
We didn't do our share of damage beforehand. Just thought you should hear it from me.
Lana mentioned that you deserted instead of following orders. What was the order?
We were holding territory on Denon. Locals rioted and orders were to open fire until they stopped. None of us even wanted to be there. Massacring civilians? That's not how Zakul is supposed to operate.
I guess that's how Arkan operates.
Which is why he has to go. One more thing, as long as we're being honest. I know things were hairy back there, but a lot of innocent people died. A lot. That's not what I signed up for. I'm in this to save Zakul from Arkan, not to tear it down with him. I need to know that you're on board with that too.
I'm in this to win, no matter what the cost.
And sooner or later, we're going to have a problem. Come on, let's get this stuff back to the gravestone.
Request. Please rendezvous at my current coordinates at your earliest convenience, Masters. I require assistance.
Plastic droid.
Oh, what am I doing? I'm not even using XP boosts on this guy. There we go, that's better. sense. Figure it out.
Please, save us.
What the hell is going on here? What did you do to them?
Protestation. I have done nothing to these pitiable meatbags, Master. They were merely bystanders when I destroyed a group of Sky Troopers. They requested our help in escaping the enemy's notice.
Please, we're no danger to you. We were exiled for protesting Emperor Archon's war. We've already lost 2 of our friends. Please, is there anything you can do for us?
Sorry, I'll kind of cut that out. Got a little bit distracted.
We're repairing a ship with room for passengers. We can get you out of here.
You're serious? That's incredible. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're doing the right thing. Thank you.
Alright, time to go back to the gravestone.
You're sure we can make it fly again?
She'll fly. Just been waiting for somebody to come along and remind her how.
Let's get to work then.
Cue 80s montage. You know what this reminds me of? It's like, push it to the limit. We'll play that song a little bit later. Well, hearing voices is never good, but we're gonna go for it. 3 guesses who that is, though.
I take it you have questions. Don't be so surprised. Where you go,
Oh, welcome to Chapter 5.
we are indivisible now. The gravestone. Not entirely what I'd envisioned.
Did you guide us here?
The real question to ask is, why are we here? Now that you know what my children are capable of, you are better prepared for the trials our partnership will bring.
He said, "Why are we here?" But in the chat, where you can read the subtitles, is "Why we are here," instead of "Why are we here?" Whatever.
I'm listening.
We will face many challenges together, but when the time comes, you will only need to ask. An unlimited power will course through you.
Get ready for a fight, people! They found us! Sky Troopers breaching the entrance!
Oh snap. And unfortunately, we are going to have to pause here for a little bit. 1, because I'm crazy tired. And 2, because, well, Chapter 5 is, we're now in officially Chapter 5, as there was no load screen for me to pause. So, guess what? Good game. We're here. Chapter 5. See you guys tomorrow.